Hey everyone, for our sixth graders who are taking a quiz this Tuesday, tomorrow for some of you, all the way through Thursday, March 24 to 26, your sixth grade quiz is going to have a question on dividing a fraction by a fraction. And then the second question on the quiz is solving one step algebraic equations. Okay. So let's talk about how to divide a fraction by a fraction. Um, we've learned basically two ways to divide a fraction by a fraction. One of those ways is involves drawing a tape diagram, which are really good for visualizing and seeing what's happening. But these do take a while, but they're still good visuals. And then the second way that we learned how to divide a fraction by a fraction is the more popular and the quicker way called keep change flip. Okay. So in this video, we'll just go over keep change flip, but tape diagrams are still an amazing way to visually see what's actually happening. So here's my problem: 5 2/3 divided by 2/5. But before we can even do keep change flip, you'll notice that this is a mixed number. It's a mixed fraction. And so we want to change that so that this is actually a fraction. So instead of just keeping this 5 2/3, what you want to do is take that mixed number and change it to a fraction. And the way to do that, there's different ways to do this. Um, but if you know, there's a special trick for that where you take these two numbers and you multiply them, okay, and then you add. So basically, 5 times 3 is 15, and then you take that 15, you add 2 to that, and you get 17, and then you keep the denominator the same. And so 5 2/3 is the same as 17 over 3. Okay. So we can write that here. We can say that it equals 17 over 3. Okay. Now, keep means keep the 17 over 3 the whole time. Change means change your division sign to multiplication. Flip means to write the reciprocal or to flip the fraction so it's not 2 over 5, it's now 5 over 2. Okay. So again, we're going to keep this as 17 over 3. Change your division so it's now multiplication problem. Flip this so it's now 5 over 2. Okay. Then now we're just multiplying two fractions, and when you multiply, you just go this way. You just go across. 17 times 5, 85. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. Now, this is a correct answer. But many times, if you were taking like a state test or a standardized test or any other test, you might not see this answer. So, an extra step would be to simplify the 85 over 6. And in this case, I don't, we can't simplify this. So that's actually a good enough answer already. Meaning, when I say that you can't simplify it, there's no other number that I can divide these two numbers by except for one. Okay, so 85 over 6, that is a good answer. But if you don't see this as an answer choice, you might take this improper fraction and on the side change it to a mixed number by using long division. We can use long division because this fraction is the same thing as 85 divided by 6. So then you can go ahead and do your normal long division, or if you're doing grid division, you write it like this. 6 goes into 8 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. subtract. Your remainder, you can move it over to the next column. 6 goes into 25 4 times. Your final remainder is 1. And if you just want to write this as a mixed number, your final answer is 14 wholes and 1/6. Okay. 14 wholes and 1/6. So this is the answer that you're more likely to see as an answer choice if you're taking like an SBAC test or a standard or some other standardized test like a STAR test. Okay, so that's how you divide fractions by fractions. Just use keep change flip. It is what people use most of the time, or do tape diagrams. Okay, so that's the first part of the quiz. The second part